Hello, Doctor. Hello, everyone. I'm Zhang Yingping. My title speech is Live Vygostky Zone of Proximal Development and its Application in Digital Environment. Okay, let's start my presentation. My presentation contents are consistent with 9 parts: learning objectives, author, introduction, social interaction, more knowledgeable other, zone of proximal development, scaffolding, digital environment, application in digital environment. First is learning objectives. At the end of this course, you will be able to have a basic understanding of live Vygotsky, explain the concept of social interaction, describe the concept of more knowledgeable other, and give examples of a more knowledgeable other. Explain the concept of zone of proximal development. Recognize the 3 different stages of ZPD and the key factors of zone of the proximal development. Explain the concept of scaffolding. Understand the benefits of scaffolding. State how scaffolding is used in teaching. Explain the application in the digital environment. Now let's get closer to Lev Vygotsky. This is Lev Vygotsky's picture. He is born in the 1896 in a Russian middle-class family, and he died in 1934. He died at age 37. What a pity he died so young. He graduated 1917 from Moscow University with a law degree, and he is known for cultural historical psychology, zone of proximal development, inner speech. His fields in psychology, and he published The Psychology of Art in 1925. Lev Vygotsky was a Soviet psychologist, best known for his work on psychology development in children and creating the framework known as cultural historical activity theory. His major ideas include the social origin of mind. Lev Vygotsky believed that human mental and cognitive abilities are not biological determined, but instead created and shaped by use of language and tools in the process of interacting and constructing the culture and the social environment. The zone of proximal development is also his main ideas. Vygotsky introduced the concept of the ZPD, which refers to the gap between the child's current level of development and the level they are capable of reaching with tools provided by others with more knowledge. The significance of play is also his main ideas. Vygotsky viewed play as a critical aspect of children's development and as the best sandbox to build and develop the practice of mediation. Now let's move to the social interaction. As a psychologist, Vygotsky was one of the first to study how our social interaction affects our cognitive development. He firmly believes that learning occurs through interaction with others in our community, peers, audience, teachers, and other mentors. So, what is social interaction? Sometimes social interaction refers to social development theory. Social interaction is an exchange between two or more individuals. Social interaction plays a fundamental role in learning. It reflects as cognitive development organized with social interaction. And we process our social experience into stepping stones for higher learning. Range of skill development with guidance exceeds that of what is achieved alone. And social interaction influences follow the four examples. First is social interaction influence what we think about and how we think, our higher mental functions, and the language. Vygotsky believes that children develop independently of specific stages and as a result of social interaction. Here is the process of social interaction. Social interaction is step by step. The first step is thinking, then joint doing, finally independently doing. For example, first, children see their parents reading books for them, and then they with their parents reading books together, and gradually they can read books by themselves. This is the process of social interaction. According to Vygostky, much of the important learning of children is achieved through social interaction with skilled tutor. The tutor is also classified as the more knowledgeable other, MKO. The more knowledgeable other could be anyone with a greater understanding of the task or concept that the children is trying to complete or learn. This picture shows a more knowledgeable others example. You can see peers, teachers, coach, and even the courseware application. So, the key of MKO is that we must have, they must have, or be programmed to have more knowledge about the topic being learned than the learner does. Now, we will start the important topics of Vygostky, zone of proximal development. We will learn its concept, stages, and the key factors. So, what is the zone of proximal development? You can see this picture. The big cycle is people cannot able to. And this small cycle is what the student can do without help. And the middle cycle is the zone of proximal development, what the student can do with help. So, the zone of proximal development can be described as the distance between the actual developmental level when exists independently and the level of potential development when assist in collaboration with peers or mentors or under the guidance of a teacher. This is the zone of proximal development. In order to know zone of proximal development more specific, learners must to know the zone of proximal development 3 stages. The first stage is tasks a learner can accomplish without as assistance. This refers to tasks that the learner can perform independently. MKO will need to increase the level of difficulty of the text in order to facilitate further learning. Next is text a learner can accomplish with assistance. You can see this. This is referred to as the zone of proximal development. The learner needs the guidance of MKO to help them complete the task. And the third stage is tasks a learner cannot accomplish with assistance. This refers to tasks that the learner cannot do, even with the guidance of a more knowledgeable person. If the learner's ability falls within this range, the level of difficulty may need to be decreased to complement their skill set. To achieve the zone of the proximal development successfully, we must know the key facts of zone of the proximal development. There are three key factors. The first is the presence of someone with knowledge and skills to guide the learner. Social interactions that allow the learner to work on their skills and abilities. And supportive activities, known as scaffolding, provided by the expert that help guide the learner. So now, let's study the scaffolding together. Let's consider a question. If a child can function at a high level only with assistance, how can this child eventually be able to function at the same level independently? The question is scaffolding. You can see this picture. A man wants to reach this goal, but how did he can reach this? Yeah, we provide the scaffolding. Vygostky scaffolding is a method of teaching that help learner understand education content by working with an educator or someone who has a better understanding of the material. In ZPD, learners must be provided with the tools, instruction, and activities to learn new skills. These resources are called scaffolding. Over time, the instructor can remove the scaffolding and allow the learner to work independently. Techniques for instructional scaffolding might include visual aids, such as diagrams, providing examples, working one-on-one with the student, and providing feedback. The aim of scaffolding is to create an environment in which the students feel comfortable asking questions until they can perform the skill without any help. Here are the benefits of scaffolding. Benefits of scaffolding includes motivating learners by helping them solve aspects of the stack they are having difficulty with. Minimizing learner frustration provides a faster learning experience. So, how do we use the scaffolding in teaching? Here are 5 ways to use the scaffolding. First, stimulate the child's interest. Second, maintain the child's interest in the text. For example, by avoiding distractions and providing clear instructions on how they do begin the task. 3. Manage the child's frustration. 4. Emphasize the important features of the task. 5. Demonstrate the task. Show the child how to complete the task in simple, clear steps. As the child progresses in the ZPD, the necessary scaffolding level drops from 5 to 1. Now, let's study the digital environment. The use of the internet and the digital device, tools, systems, and application expands and accelerate the scope and probability of interaction and collaboration. The learning environment is become increasingly digital as technology resources help to extend and personalize learning. ZPD in digital environment. Students can collaborate and interact with instructions and peers online through the use of online forums, virtual meeting rooms, group parents, or discussion boards. Through communication and interaction, areas of difficulty can be easily identified and help provided by more knowledgeable others. Application in digital environment. Learners in the digital environment can learn online through the online education platforms for real-time interaction and collaboration with MKO, and gain knowledge in virtual social interaction to make progress in learning. And compared to MKO in the traditional learning model, the digital environment gives learners access to more forms and a large range of MKO. The learners can access more MKO through the internet, either as teachers on the online learning platforms, peers, or the platform itself. What's more, the digital environment gives learner access to more scaffolded resources, and technology provides new learning resources through open education and massive open learning online courses. Let me introduce some good truths of application in digital environment. First is edX. edX is an American massive open online course provider. It offers online college levels course in a wide range of subjectives. edX courses consist of weekly learning sequence. Each learning sequence consists of short videos interspersed with interactive learning exercise. This course often included the tutorial video similar to the small campus discussion groups, online textbooks, and online discussion forums where students can post and view questions and comments from each other and their teaching assistants. Schoology. Schoology is a learning K-12 learning management system. It makes it easy to implement hybrid learning and integrate educators' favorite teaching and learning tools. Canva. An online graphic design tool. Users can make posters, logos, business cards, resumes, and other designs. It can also melt people online collaborative operation. Concept board. It is a web-based collaboration tool that can be easily used across platforms. The application supports some standard document formats that can be used for markup and real-time discussions. The final one is Pinterest. A web and mobile application allow users to use its platforms as a visual exploration tools for personal creativity and project work. Pinterest is the world's largest social sharing site for images. The site allows users to create and manage collections of themed images, such as events, interests, and hobbies. Now, let's summarize this course. You can see this cycle. You need to remember it. We can conclude the Vygostky's learning process as this cycle. First is social interaction with a more knowledgeable others. Then it turned to learning in the zone of proximal development. Using scaffolding, students will master of a skill or task. Then it turned to this cycle again. Thank you, my presentation is finished. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.